Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather Show. It's the aftermath show. 2-2 draw. Chelsea 2-2 away at Brentford. We dropped 2 points. Make no mistake about it. We dropped 2 points. And I've had time to sleep over this one. Obviously, it's one of those deals where it's damn if you don't, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And damn if you do is basically what happened because Maresca made a whole bunch of subs. He did have to, not subs. Changes. He made a whole bunch of changes to the lineup. And he was forced. Some of them that he had to make, and the others he was forced into making. For instance, the young kid Esteval. He was sick. Obviously, he was away for his country. Scored a brilliant goal for Brazil while he was away. But for 2 days prior to yesterday's game, he was ill, and so he had to be scratched. Now, him being dropped from the squad is what basically opened the door for Jamie, Gittins to start, right? Then obviously, Hato had to start because Cucurella needed to be given some rest, right? We had the Brentford game yesterday. We have Bayern on Wednesday, and then on the weekend coming up, we have to go to Old Trafford. So, and this is on the back of multiple games during the international break. And so, therefore, Maresca's hands were tied. He had to, he definitely had to make some. He had to make changes to the usual, lineup, and as fate would, have it, notwithstanding that we did not play well in the first half. Obviously, partly due to all of the changes, right? Our back four was pretty much, we had two new faces there. We had Jorel Hato there at left back, and we had Fofana at right back. Left for me, I would have liked to have seen Josh in there, somewhere, but I do understand why, Maresca went on ahead and gave Fofana the start. He hasn't played for quite a while, and he was rusty. The young man was rusty. Then we also had the usual pairing of Tosin and Trevor. For me, Tosin is a weak link in that back four. The way that we play, if we like playing a low block, a mid block, Tosin will be fine. He'll be just okay. It will work. But in a high line where he has about 50 yards of grass behind him to cover, Tosin is a sore sight for eyes. That's just it. For my eyes, he's a sore sight. Running back and chasing, he's awkward. His pace is not quite there. It's not quite, and he's not actually chasing Kylian Mbappe. He's chasing the rookies like Josh King and the other kid that scored against us for Brentford. I don't even remember his name. Right, so that's not a good look. He doesn't have the pace. He's not agile enough to twist his hips left or right, and so therefore he just gives a lot of space. He does not like he always takes a very wide angle, so that he can sort of prevent the player from getting behind him, which is all good. But what it does is it leaves a lot of space between him and the player inside our box, knowing that in essence you're giving the player a very good chance to actually score, to at least get his ball from that range. Any player that has that much time and space to get to take their shot, if he doesn't block it, and he's a defender, he's not always going to block it. So if he does not block it, guess what? It's most likely going to be in the back of our net. And so that's not good enough for me. I would like to see Josh playing a bit more. He has the pace, he has the speed, he has the agility, he has the skill. He lacks the experience, but it is what it is. You can only get it by playing, and these are the games. These are the type of games that Maresca should have been playing Josh against the likes of Fulham, the likes of Brentford, the likes of West Ham, right? Those games, those are the games, those three games. He had played well in the goalless draw, gave us, we had the a clean sheet. We didn't have any issues, any jittery issues with any player kind of getting behind our high line. He did the job, and then after that, boom, back to the bench and never to be seen again. So that's, for me, that's a real gripe. I mean, something has to be done there, right? And then the rest of the squad pretty much picked itself, as I mentioned, apart from the fact that we had Gittins on the left. Now Gittins did not play well. There's no need to mince words. I mean, the young man did not play well, but I'm not going to crucify the young man, because he is young. He's 20 years old. Premier League is no joke. Is fast, is pacey, it's physical, is intense. It's a lot of low blocks. It's a lot of double teams. It's a lot that's coming at you. And by the way, you are playing for Chelsea FC, whereby a draw feels like a loss. This is not Leipzig or Dortmund. Right? I mean, we are trying to win the league. We're trying to win something, win a league, win a Champions League. You're not going to get a pat on the back for coming up short. This is Chelsea, and so it's a whole different mindset, a whole different level of expectation, and that's where Gittins has just been coming up short. I mean, again, the young man needs patience. He needs time. Thankfully we have Carling Cup, we have FA Cup, and he can still come off the bench. There's no need to rush and put unnecessary pressure on Gittins. I know it was one of those deals where we didn't have a choice but to start him. And so that's that. But then we went down 1-0, and I thoroughly enjoyed the response, especially with our main man Palmer off the bench. Obviously, Caicedo, you guys know, he's going to give you a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 pretty much every game. Enzo Fernandez played well. But for me, I missed the GNA Enzo. That's the Enzo that we needed in the game, right? But you guys want him to play deep, and he played deep. He did all the deep things, one ball, spread balls, but there was nobody crashing into the box to basically score the way that he scores when Palmer is feeding him, right? And so that's something that needs to be tweaked. We really need to get back to a GNA Enzo, because we need 3 points. And we did everything well. Caicedo had that brilliant goal after Palmer's equalizer, and for a minute I was like, okay, it looks like we finally got it done, 2-1. Let's go home. But of course, it was that long throw is the long throw, and it was the offsides goal. The long throw, the offsides goal. I mean, VAR did not even bother to draw the line and show us the drawn line. Because why? Because it was offsides. Whenever VAR does not show you the footage, offsides footage with the assistants, the video offsides assistance tech and all that, and they still refuse to show you the technology that you will see in Champions League, you will see in the FIFA World Cup and World Cups, and even in the African Nations Cup. When it's offside, they always show you that the player is offside. If it's onside, they'll show you that the player is onside. When it's a very tight call, most especially when a goal is scored. But these guys didn't bother to show us anything. And why? Why? Because it was offsides. And you guys know why. That was payback for the Fulham game. And it is what it is. I mean, when you're dealing with, I'm not going to say corruption, but when if it smells like crap, then it is crap and it is rubbish. And that's basically, we just thrown, they just threw, dog poop at us, and it is what it is. It's payback from the league for them, basically, I mean, getting their call right against Fulham. They got the call right, but they were sad that Josh King, or whatever his name was, just did not get the goal. And so they found a way to basically get back at us and rob us 2 points. And so for me, for all these reasons, is 2 points dropped, partly due to our own doings, but also a massive part due to the FA, PGMOL doing doing their own doings. They knew what they did, and it is what it is. How do you guys feel? Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.